Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're a person that's been trying to get a personal loan from Navy Federal, okay, and you have bad credit, well, I'm here to tell you there is one key element that a lot of people look over in terms of Navy Federal determine if they're going to give them a personal loan or not. Now, many of you all know I tell you guys about the internal score with Navy Federal. Okay, so with the internal score, and you need to know this because this can help you. With the internal score, goes from 100 up to 450, right? And for most people, they wonder, well, how do I get my internal score? Most of the time, when you apply for a credit card, they'll send you a notice out, and on that notice, it will tell you what your internal score is, okay? That's how you actually check your internal score. Sometimes you can call them and ask them, hey, what's my internal score with you guys? All right. Now, in order to build up, try to get your internal score at least up to 300. Okay. Once you're above 300, you have a higher chance of being approved for the loan. Excuse me, for the Navy Federal personal loan, even if you have bad credit. Okay. Now, here's the thing about it. The internal score, if you're able to do direct deposit, okay, please also open up a personal account. With that personal account, you want to make sure it's the flagship personal checking account. All right. Then you want to open up the savings account. Now, with the savings account, guys, make sure that you are making your weekly deposits, like at least $25 a week into your Navy Federal savings account. Okay, if you have bad credit, you want to get the N rewards card. Now, your N rewards card, I told you guys, starts at about $200, but after 6 months, a good on-time payment, that turns into a $2,000 credit card. Okay, now you may have a CD or a money market account, or you may open up a business bank account. Now, let me explain to you about the business bank account. With the business bank account, yes, in order to get approved for a loan, you have to they check 2 scores, okay? And with those 2 scores on the business bank account to get you their credit card and their line of credit, they're going to check your internal score and they're going to check your personal credit score. With your business checking account and you're trying to get a credit card, they pull your Experian FICO 9, okay? Now, some people say that they pull your Experian FICO 3, which is a mortgage score. So for some of you all don't know the difference between your FICO 9 score and your mortgage score, click the link in the description, okay? It's right down below so you can actually get your real FICO scores. You don't want to go off of your Vantage scores, okay? You want to go off of your FICO scores, all right? Now, another thing about people when they're trying to get business credit funding, they're trying to use Navy Federal. Okay, Navy Federal doesn't report to the business credit bureaus. They're a good bank if you're trying to get some funding, but in terms of helping you build up your business credit, because they don't report to the credit bureau, that's where they fall short. So that's the reason I tell you, you have to work with one of the main gatekeepers. All right. Now, going back to the personal loans, because I just needed you all to educate yourselves on that. All right. I needed you all. Come here. Sorry. You want to say hi today and say hello? All right. All right. So that's Susie. Like I say, every now and then she likes to say hi. So that being said, going back to the Navy Federal personal loan, all right, after you have the internal score, one of the biggest things and the key thing to their internal, not only their internal score, but getting approved for the personal loan is your DTI, your debt to income ratio. That's the key that most people are not aware of. Now, your debt to income ratio with the banks and credit unions go up to 55%. Okay. Now, if your debt to income ratio, you can, like with Navy Federal, you can have a 580 credit score. Okay. You can have a 580 bad credit score. But if that debt to income ratio is less than 55%, they'll still give you a $25,000 credit card. Depends on your income, but you'll still get approved for a credit card and stuff, because again, it's income driven. All right, so when you're trying to get a personal loan from Navy Federal, just keep in mind, make sure your DTI, your debt to income ratio, is less than 55%. That being said, look at the accounts on your credit file, okay? Now, what you want to do so that you can get your debt to income ratio down the fastest, you want to look at your accounts on your business credit file and your accounts that are from your smallest account down to your largest, and try to pay those off. And I would tell you to do this before you apply for the Navy Federal personal loan. Like I said, even though you may have a 580 credit score, if you have a lower DTI, debt to income ratio, you have a higher chance of being approved for a personal loan. Now, in reference to, you are probably getting the money to try to pay down credit cards and stuff like that, and Navy Federal may not be the best option to do that, but you still want a loan with them. What you can do, you can go to like the different tribal lenders that I tell you about, like Up Rover. Like Up Rover, they offer you loans up to $5,000, no hard pull on the credit, okay? As long as you have a operating checking account, active email, active phone, proof of income. They do want proof of income, all right? So Up Rover give you $5,000. Then IndyLand, again, they will give you up to $5,000, but you have to have active bank account, okay, and active phone number, all right? Then you have other lenders that's out there that will probably work with you, like a credit loan. Credit loan, their loans they offer loans up to $40,000, but for most people with bad credit, the maximum amount of a loan they will give you if you have bad credit is $5,000. Now, the reason that I'm telling you about these are third-party tribal lenders is because with these lenders, it's easier to borrow the money, pay down your smallest credit card debts. Okay, you want to focus on your revolving debt, not your personal loans, your revolving debt. And you pay those loans down, the smallest to your largest, as many as you can with that $5,000. Then apply for the personal loan with Navy Federal, because they'll give you a higher limit with a lower interest rate. Okay, now with Navy Federal, their interest rates, I think they start like at 7.69 and go all the way up to 18%. All right, and the maximum amount you can borrow is $50,000. Now, another thing that I would definitely tell you in terms of when you apply, make sure that your credit file is unlocked, because a lot of people, they would try to apply for a loan with Navy Federal and their credit file be locked, and what that does, that gives you an automatic denial as well. Okay, so I would definitely tell you, if you're going to apply, make sure that your smallest accounts are paid off to zero, borrow the money to pay those off, then apply, because your debt to income ratio is the key, even if you have bad credit, to getting a personal loan with Navy Federal. Now, if you have any other questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.